We all want that dirty look. Hello everybody, my name is Marco Bagnoli, I'm a cinematographer, and today I'm going to show you a video where they have this really dark, gritty, dirty cinematic look. This is a look a lot of people try to replicate and understand, but there are a lot of challenges you have to keep in mind when you want to create this look, and most of these challenges are problems that you have with yourself. After watching this video, you should be able to shoot something like this. So this is the first shot we're looking at, and we had this really gritty, mechanic car location, and we have this old Porsche that is driving into the location. And the first thing you probably notice is, damn, this had such a good feeling, vibe, look. But how do we create a look like this? First things, this look builds up to two very important things. One is very, very crushed dark blacks in your image and nice dirty highlights. What I mean with that, I will tell you later. So how do we set up a shot like this? When you try to get this gritty look, most of the time this is shot on film. But that's a luxury not a lot of people have, so we imagine ourselves that we work now in a digital space. And first things first is drop your camera and then set your exposure. Beginning, that sounds very basic, but you have to understand. You have to get a feel for darkness. A lot of cinematographers are scared of shadows. Something that is, oh, we are crushing the blacks here, we have no information here, because we're so brainwashed with, oh, we have to use all this dynamic range, but you don't have to. This gritty feeling comes from data loss. The footage is breaking. This is the effect we actually want. So when you set your exposure, you need to place your practicals first. How do we place practicals? I try to use practicals as checkpoints, like in video games. What I mean with that, later maybe this person will work on this car, or you will move there. Or later, we are in this location, he's doing something here. So we work around our practicals where we want later our actors to be. The reason for it, because in dark situations like this, we need a light motivation. A light motivation is the reason why a shot looks real. The lighting feels real. So you cannot just put him here and then blast this greenish light on him. That wouldn't look good, because we don't have any information in the image that indicates this. But when he stands here and this practical is in the image, we can light him with the same color and enhance the look. This is not possible when nothing is in there. Sure, for the wide shot, we work a little bit differently, because now we have the task to make the whole scenery look cool. So most of the time, either way, we work with leading lines, so that here's our main actor. So we put our practicals that they lend our view to the car. Also, we use the practicals in the background as a backlight, not to directly backlight the car like you would do in an interview or something like that. No, because this frame in the background is bright. We can see the silhouette of the car a lot better. When you're working in dark areas, in dark location, you always have to look for, okay, where can we put my also really dark lit character in front of brighter areas, because now he has the edge around him without giving actually an edge light. Because edge lights tend to look very lit, and that's not the look that we want. We want everything to feel really real and really gritty. Also, next step, dirty colors. This is not 5500 Kelvin at all. This is not zero tint. This is a stylized look where you have really to work your greens. Greens is a very dirty color in lights, because it's most of the time when you're using a light and you get this green skin tones, you just think, that doesn't look professional. But sometimes it's the mood and the look you want. So try to give the overall scenery and the floor and everything else, the atmosphere, this greenish tint. It will really enhance the look. And in combination with this cool blue colors, you get a nice balance, because the other thing you don't want is just a washout image with one color. You always need something to break the colors. Here, like we have the silverish car in combination with this blue lights, really pops out of the image. If the car would also now be black, it would not have the same effect, because we will have less reflections and also not this visual presence. Also, the car lights look very good. Always turning on, even at daylight. Car lights are very camera friendly and we like it. Also, as you can see, we have this long anamorphic look with old vintage lenses. Also a good combination to create even more this dirty look, because we associate anamorphic lens with most of the time vintage lenses, and they give this extra filmic feeling. So this is the next shot we're looking at, and the first thing you notice is, oh my god, it is really dark. Don't be scared of darkness. Most people will now when they will put their camera in this position, they will expose for him and the car, because the car is now the important thing, so we should put our light in there. Wrong. They managed it very clever here, because he uses this light here to just reveal the textures of the car. So we going for black, we go for a silhouette look, and then reveal everything with the light. And as I told you before, when you want this dark look, your actors and everything around it that's important should be most of the time darker than the background. As you can see now, the background is way more bright than everything that's actually important. And the reason for it, normally we would say, okay, the most important thing in the image should be the brightest. Sounds logic. But that isn't the look we're going for. When you set the rules of your cinematography and want it to be looking like something you want, you have to follow these rules. And now, because the background is brighter, we give him a silhouette, an edge light, without giving an edge light, because now he pops out of the image because he's way darker than the background. Here in this shot, same thing. Always our goal is to create layers. And layers we create with bright, dark, bright, dark, bright, dark, or with colors. And now that we only have this one practical that really gives us a huge vignette in the image that really focuses our vision at the center. Our main character has completely no exposure at all, nothing. But it's still the most prominent thing in the image, because our eyes are meant to look in this position. Because with this backlight that's not even hitting directly, just the atmosphere, we completely see his silhouette. And silhouettes are interesting. Why they're interesting? Because we see something happening, but actually we don't know what is happening, because we cannot see everything, because it's the mood, it's the feeling. Always go for the feeling, not go by logic. No. We want this dark, mysterious feeling and not reveal every single thing. That's a huge problem in a lot of movies, that you try to explain too much. We expect the audience to be always too dumb. But the magic of movies is sometimes talk with your friends about, what do you think about this scene? What do you think about this scene? What do you think they try to create in this scenery? Let something be open so people can talk about it. Here, this shot is more normal, I would say. Now we have an even exposure around the whole image, and we can now clearly see our actor. But again here, like I said before, you need sometimes to balance out the shot a little bit. We have here clearly our typical orange teal feeling with this blue asteras on the wall. And as you can see, the walls are all very yellow. It looks like they put a huge sunset warm light outside and blast it into the scenery, which creates a little bit of interesting light splashes all around the scenery. It's also something you have to do. I tell you, always try to light your background first. So imagine a shot, put down the camera, ignore him, set your exposure, and now paint with your light. So try to always not get a flat, even exposed wall. Try to get from the most thing a lot of people do to get a shape, just a streak that one side of the wall is a little bit brighter than the other side. But nowadays you can put something like your aperture spots, just put your tree sample in there and then blast it into the scene very soft. And now you get nice shadows and light splashes around the scenery, which creates much more interest to the whole image. Also here, really cool splashes, little spots on our actor. And this makes the shot interesting. Shadows and light make shots interesting. Whoa, now we understand cinematography. But at the end of the day, it's this. Here's another scene, another location, different vibe, but the techniques are pretty similar. Now we are in this more science-based location, and a color combination that is used a lot for this is bright blue and red. This is a color combination that really works nice together, even on people when you light them blue or red and give them a blue background or red background, always looks cool. And here the next thing is hard lighting. We now talk about it more often, I don't know, because hard lighting is such a nice way to create hard contrast in wide shots. People are nowadays too focused on, okay, soft light, book light, big butterfly, but is it the right emotion for the scene? Sometimes not. Like here, go look at the scene. What they actually did is a terrace in the background, something everyone can do. Then here, maybe a sky panel or an aperture light, just blasting red light into the glass. Everyone can do that. And then here is nothing but a light on a combo stand. Maybe it is an aperture with a smaller light dome, and just blast it on her from a further away distance, because the further away the light, it harder becomes, because softness is a combination of the thickness of your material, but also the relation to your subject. So when you, as an example, this is you and you're between this butterfly. Now the butterfly is double the size of you. But now, when the butterfly, same size, is further there, it's not anymore. It's now smaller than you. Oh, we have to do another wrinkle, sorry. So this is you again, and this is the butterfly. Now it's double the size of you, really soft, because the light is much bigger than you. But when the light gets further away, in this perspective, now the butterfly is only half your size. So the light comes a lot harder. That's the reason why we try to get this butterflies, top lights as big as possible, because one thing is this light gets softer, but the other thing is also you have more room to move without losing the exposure on you. Also here, if you look closely, no edge light, just a little bit. Really, maybe that they don't even think they did it by themselves. It's just the bounce from the red onto her hair. Not all shots from you need a backlight, because people tend to overdo it. Normally, someone would say, okay, light, bam, and then here everything is red. But sometimes it's just too extreme. It just looks too lit. Try to test a few shots at you at home. Try to make the same shot you would normally do, but now add the edge light or remove the edge light and see what results you got. So if you enjoyed this video, I really would appreciate subscription from you. We do daily uploads. My name is Marco Bagnoli and I'll see you next time.